Resting in God's Peace, a sermon on Psalm 4. Psalm 4 is one of those passages in Scripture that meets us in the tension between fear and faith, between anxiety and trust. It's a psalm of David, written in a time of distress, yet filled with confidence in God. As I read through it, I see a man who knows what it is to feel pressure from the world, to experience sleepless nights, and to wrestle with the uncertainty of life, just like us. David begins by crying out to God. "Answer me when I call, O God of my righteousness. You have given me relief when I was in distress. Be gracious to me and hear my prayer." Psalm 4 verse 1. I can't help but notice the urgency in his voice. Have you ever prayed like that? Not a formal, well-structured prayer, but one that comes from a desperate heart. When life presses in, when the weight of responsibilities, fears, and disappointments seem too much, we call out just like David. He's not making small talk with God, he's pleading for help. But there's something beautiful here. Even in his distress, David remembers what God has done in the past. You have given me relief when I was in distress. He's been through hard times before, and God has been faithful. That's a lesson for us. When we feel overwhelmed, we need to remind ourselves of the times God has seen us through. When bills pile up, when relationships strain, when our hearts ache, we need to pause and remember, God has been faithful before, and he will be faithful again. Then David shifts his focus. He addresses the people around him, perhaps his enemies or those who doubt God. He asks them, "O men, how long shall my honor be turned into shame? How long will you love vain words and seek after lies?" Psalm 4 verse 2. It's a reminder that not everyone will walk in God's truth. Some will chase empty things, relying on wealth, status, or power. But those things never satisfy. We see it all around us, people who appear to have everything yet feel empty inside. Maybe you've been there too. Maybe you've pursued things that left you hollow. But David gives us the answer. But know that the Lord has set apart the godly for himself, the Lord hears when I call to him. Psalm 4 verse 3. There's something deeply reassuring in those words. If you belong to God, he hears you. You are not forgotten. The world may not understand you. People may turn their backs on you. But God sees you. He listens when you call. David then gives some practical wisdom. Be angry and do not sin, ponder in your own hearts on your beds and be silent. Psalm 4 verse 4. There's an honesty here. Anger is real. Frustration is real. But how we handle it matters. Instead of reacting in rage, David says, pause. Think. Pray. Let God